welcome to today's video. So today is the first day of my Foundation 5 series. I decided to start the series when I felt like the industry was getting really oversaturated by new foundations. So I was like, this would be the perfect time for me to try a bunch of different foundations, like 5 days in a row, and Foundation 5, like the alliteration. We've got that going on. So yeah, so that is what I'm doing. I'm gonna be doing a foundation video every single day this week. I'm starting off with the Revlon Colorstay Light Cover Foundation. The rest of the week too, this was like kind of by accident, is also gonna be like more of a tinted moisturizer skin tint kind of thing, like lighter coverage. So I'm going to be treading in waters with which I have not treaded before. So we will see how I like these kind of foundations. I'm definitely more of a medium to full coverage kind of person because I like to cover my insecurities, but that is okay. We're gonna see how it works out. So like I said, I am starting the series off with this Revlon Light Cover Foundation. It's got natural finish. It's got a broad spectrum of SPF 35 and it's supposed to last 12 hours. The problem I have with the sunscreen part of it, not that I have a problem with sunscreen, is it's got homosalate, octisalate, and octocrylene in it, which are the chemicals. And then it does also have titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. I'm a little scared this might break me out because of the first three, the homosalate, octisalate, and octocrylene, because I'm very sensitive to American chemical sunscreens, and that's what most American chemical sunscreens have, or at least they have some of those in it, so we'll see. I have this in the shade 150 Buff, by the way, and actually looking at it now, I feel like I could have gone, like it looks better in here, but I looked a little bit pale in the bathroom. So I think maybe I could have gone even darker. It looks like it'd be darker in the tube itself. So obviously this is a light coverage foundation. I'm gonna be trying it out on the right side of my face with the Tati Beauty Blendiful, and on the other side of my face, I'm gonna be trying it with the Ultimate Blending Brush and smoothing it out with a sponge. I actually smoothed it out with the sponge on the Tati Beauty Blendiful side as well, but you will see that in the application portion of this video. We're also, of course, gonna be doing a wear test. I always do wear tests when I do first impressions pretty much because I like to see how they actually wear, and I'm not going to be wearing this for 12 hours, but I will be wearing it a while because I'm doing this video earlier in the morning, so I'm going to give myself like a good solid wear test, and we'll see how other products apply on top of this as well, and all of that jazz. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to the application portion. All right, so I've got my hair pulled back, and I don't know how I feel about this sweater because this is like one of those sports bra like tank top things, but I felt like that was like I was gonna get cold, but either way. So I have the foundation here. Let's go ahead and get this kind of shaken up. I guess I'll put this on my palette. I like the bottle a lot. I don't know, I just feel like it's cool. I'm gonna take it on the Tati Beauty Blendiful and put it on this side, and let's just see what we're working with here. Got a very interesting smell. It's looking nice on the skin. Definitely light coverage, but that's kind of what we're going for. It's called light cover, so wasn't expecting much more than that. I do think it does a good job of kind of blurring out my imperfections. I mean, you can definitely still see some scarring and stuff, but it definitely looks like it looks smooth, and I think it looks good for like the light look. Let's put on the chin. It's gonna be weird having foundation on that's not like more full coverage, especially given that that is what I usually go for because I like to try to perfect my skin. It's going on my nose kind of weird, like bunching up. This might be a sponge only kind of foundation. I was wondering about that. But like the cheek doesn't look bad. The cheek area doesn't look bad in terms of like the texture from the sponge. It's definitely very, very light coverage. Like, I mean, I've got like everything peeking through pretty much. All my scarring and stuff like that. So just be aware of that. Of course, once again, it's called light cover. Let's see if I can build it up with like a sponge. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't sound like it makes sense because sponges typically add like less coverage than every other applicator. It's not really doing anything to help the texture. Like, you can definitely still see it. I wonder if this is like one that you have to apply with your fingers. It's definitely weird seeing me with lighter coverage foundation, but you know, whatever. I've seen people who used to have like really bad acne pull off like light coverage foundation with their acne scars. So if they can do it, gosh darn it, I can do it. Gosh darn it. I do like the finish. Like, it's definitely not full coverage, which is fine. I wasn't expecting it to be, but it does kind of like even out everything. There definitely is a texture thing going on here. It's not perfect. You can kind of see it sitting on top of my skin. So I would be aware of that. Like, you can definitely kind of see it on top of my skin. That's kind of annoying because if we're gonna be light cover, like, I want you to kind of look natural, you know? Like, I don't want you to be sitting on top of my skin. If I wanted that, I would just wear a really cakey full coverage foundation. Yeah, especially when you get into the sunlight, like, you can see it on top of my skin. I'll try to show you this in natural lighting before my class starts. I'm gonna try it with the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush, and we'll just kind of see. I imagine since I have texture with both the sponge and the Tati Beauty Blendiful, that I'm probably gonna have texture with the brush, but we're just gonna see. You can definitely see my imperfections shining through, and there's definitely a little bit of texture, but I like the coverage in terms of like, it's letting things shine through, but I feel like I definitely look a little bit more evened out. Of course, you can see pretty much everything, but I don't hate it. It almost like blurs my skin, so maybe that's why I don't hate it. It's got a little bit of textural issues, but not nearly as much as the other side. I wonder if I would ruin it by putting my sponge over it. It's got a very distinctive smell. Like, it smells familiar, but I can't place my finger on what it is. On the brush side, the texture is looking just a little bit better than the Tati Beauty Blendiful. Why am I having such a hard time saying that today? With the sponge on top. I'm wondering if all the foundations I'm gonna try this week are gonna be kind of like this. Because like, I don't mind seeing my imperfections. Like, I went into this knowing that that was going to happen. This foundation is making me feel mixed feelings, for sure. Like, if you haven't noticed. Because like, I'm like, oh, I like the way I look in the mirror. Like, all right. You know, it's not full coverage or anything like that, but I think it looks okay. But then I like look a little bit closer and it's just a little bit cakey on this side especially. And I can't get it to blend into my like nose creases, you know, in there on either side. But like, it doesn't look horrible. It's weird. This is a weird foundation. Let's, just for kicks, see how this looks with another layer on this side with a brush. Well, it kind of builds, at least with the brush. See, like, that layer looks pretty good. Like, definitely compared to this side, this layer looks much better. You can see, though, you can see all my stuff. You can see that freckle is really shining through. The acne scar over here definitely lessened, but not by much, just by, like, the slightest bit. The texture over here is just looking so weird. I'm definitely gonna have to show you a clip in natural lighting to show you the textural issues. But like, I'm not hating it. I'm just not loving it. So it's more of like the test now, I think, of like how it's gonna wear maybe that I'll have to look at. But like, see from a distance, like, I'm like fine with the way I look. Like, I would go into public like this and not be like ashamed. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go finish the rest of my makeup, and I'll come back and tell you like how everything applied on top of it and all that kind of stuff. And then we'll of course do a wear test. But right now, this is a very weird first impressions because I keep going, well, it's not that bad. Like, I don't hate it, but then I'm like, but there's like texture issues on one side. I don't know. Maybe the Tati Beauty Blendiful doesn't work with these kind of foundations. We're gonna see throughout the rest of the week on the 4 other foundations I'm gonna be trying. But yeah, right now I'm going to go finish my makeup and I'll be right back to tell you how everything else went on top of it. Okay, so I'm in my bathroom right now. I'm about to put on like the rest of my makeup and everything, which is why my under eye circles are really popping through. But like, it looks really good in here, I think. Like, it looks pretty smooth. There is an area, and I'll show it to you in natural lighting as well, where it's like bunching up, which I think is kind of weird. So there are some like patchy areas just to take note of, and then it's not like blending the best in my nose creases, but like, I don't hate it. I'm not in love, but I don't hate it. So maybe it's because like I don't usually wear like coverage foundation, so I'm just trying to make the best of what I have, and we'll kind of see like how I feel about the rest of the ones I'm going to try this week. But like, honestly, I didn't go into this thinking that it was going to be perfect. I went into it thinking, all right, so I'm trying to like wear more natural foundations sometimes, and you know, that's the trend right now. So I'm trying to like give you my insight about the more natural looking foundations on more problematic skin. So yeah, but anyway, I just want to tell you guys that. So I'm going to finish my makeup and I'll talk to you guys in a sec. So I'm back and I've got the rest of my makeup on, so let's look at it. I think it looks pretty good overall. It is already starting to fall on my smile line over here, which is kind of frustrating. Powder went on over it really nicely. I did like the way my powder went over. I still have one like a patchy cakey-ish area over here, but I'll show that to you in natural lighting. It is kind of falling into like a line I didn't know I had, and it's got this really weird discoloration I am now seeing. That's weird. Yeah, it looks like I have like this orange area right here. And it looks really exaggerated on camera too. I don't know what that is. I didn't notice that in the bathroom in the mirror, but you can see it for sure on camera, so that's really strange. That might be another patchy area, so it kind of looks like I have barbecue sauce falling on my face. Definitely light to light medium coverage. I will say my bronzer went over top of it really weirdly. Like, I used the same powder I use every single day, and when I went to put my bronzer on, it almost was dragging, so in my opinion, it looks kind of like bunchy. I tried to fix it to the best of my ability, but it's not my favorite for sure, the way my bronzer looks today. I did put on a highlight just to see how that looked over top, and I think it looks pretty good. You can kind of see it, but that also like went on kind of patchy. So I'm wondering like if maybe cream products would be the way to go instead of powder, because it's more of a like coverage, kind of creamy base or whatever. But I mean, I don't hate the way it looks. It's a very weird foundation because it's not like I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing I've ever put on my face. But then at the same time, I'm not over here like, gosh, I hate this. This is awful. Oh, like, get it off. I would say right now, it's kind of mediocre. Like, it's just like another foundation. It's not wowing me, but I'm not disgusted with it. So that's kind of where we stand now. We'll see how it wears throughout the day. Right now, it is 8:45. I finished my foundation at 8:30-ish. But we'll do the check-in times at 45, so like every 2 hours if I can try to. I still have class going on at 10:45, so I'll probably have to do that check-in at like 11-ish. So yeah, you guys will see that. But anyway, that's it for now. Very weird first impression so far because I don't know exactly how I feel. But I will see you guys in the first check-in. I'm outside right now, and I'm gonna try to show you what this looks like in natural lighting, but it is extremely bright, so I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to last out here. It's not that cold though. I can't even see. So I hope you can kind of see. I'll like look at this footage, of course, but like maybe you can see on this side, like the kind of, there's a little bit of texture, especially over in this area. I've got a smile line. It's so weird that I'm doing this with my eyes closed. I've got a smile line developing over here. You can see through this foundation, but I think it's actually kind of flattering, at least in indoor lighting. I'll, of course, look back at this footage and tell you if I actually think it's flattering in natural lighting. Oh my gosh, it is so bright. But yeah, that is pretty much it. Oh, my eyes are watering. So I just kind of wanted to show you that. I didn't know it was going to be so bright outside, but I will see you guys in the first check-in. All right, so welcome to check-in number 1. I just got finished with one of my Zoom calls from one of my classes, and I have another one in 5 minutes. It ran over today. So let's look at the makeup real quick. I still have this weird, like, orangey dark spot right here. I have no idea what that's from. It almost looks like I ate something and it fell, but I actually haven't gotten to eat yet today, so I know that's not it. It's kind of creasing a little bit in my nose, but not too bad. It is falling into the smile line more, which is kind of bothersome. I mean, it's not unheard of, but it is kind of bothersome. And I still think that the bronzer, I mean, this is not a check-in, like, that didn't change, but I think the bronzer is just too, like, it didn't go over it well. I don't know if this is one where you can use powder, like, on top of it, like powder, bronzer, and highlighter and stuff, because, like, both of those kind of went on weird. And I like both of those products. Like, I didn't use anything new today. Yeah, that's pretty much it for now. Not too much shininess or anything. It is, like, I think it looks good. I would wear it again at this point, unless it broke me out and then I wouldn't. But that's something that I'll have to update you guys on, like, later. I really hope it doesn't break me out, though. So yeah, that's pretty much it for now. By the way, it is 11:16 right now. So I gotta go do my Zoom meeting, but I will see you guys in a couple of hours. So it is 12:40 right now. So it's kind of a 2-hour check-in, but I'm actually about to have to leave. So I wanted to get this in before I left because I'll be gone for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever. So here's what we're looking like. There is like just the slightest bit of creasing over there. We still have that really weird mark. I don't know. I've tried to get it off, but like it won't come off. So I guess I'm just stuck with this goofy looking mark on me. Like, nothing has really changed. There's not like any weird like sinking into fine lines except for that one smile line. It's not like bunching up or getting weird anywhere. It's definitely see-through, as I've said, but like I don't hate it. I don't hate it. This is a very interesting foundation because like it's definitely not my favorite. Of course, I do like more like medium to full coverage foundations, but I don't hate it. Like, I thought it looked weird with the Tati Beauty Blendful, so I don't think that I would apply it like that again. I think I would just try either just a sponge, my fingers, or a brush, and I will be trying these foundations like at least one more time after I actually upload the video, so I can do like a roundup video for you and like rank them and tell you about them, like little speed reviews on them. It's fine right now, and this is like the 4-ish hour check-in, so yeah, we will see how it progresses from here, and I will see you guys in the next check-in. Welcome to check-in number 3, I believe. A couple of things to note. I have a little bit of shininess down here, and it's starting to sink into like some lines where I've been talking. It's sunken just a little bit more on this side, but it hasn't really rubbed off on my nose, which is nice because I have like a tendency to get a really red nose. It's really annoying. Overall, I actually like the way this looks. Like, I think that it's more natural looking, and I like that the finish isn't super dewy or super matte. It's just kind of like a satin matte. I'm probably gonna try it with the cream bronzer the second time I try this, so I can update you guys on that in the like update video that I'll be posting after this series. So yeah, this part over here is still kind of bothering me as it is kind of cakey. I don't know why that spot in particular is really cakey, but it's kind of weird. I said the Tati Beauty Blendful and the sponge were kind of like making it very textured, but honestly it seemed to kind of sink into my skin more throughout the day, so it doesn't really look like it's sitting on top of my skin anymore, which is nice. You can definitely see like discoloring and hyperpigmentation, but I'm not like hating it. Like, I don't feel like ugly or anything right now. So yeah, I just wanted to update you guys on that. And by the way, it is 4 o'clock right now, so it's been quite a long time since I saw you guys last because I had to run somewhere, and then I ended up taking longer than I thought, and then I got back late and I had to do something for school. So I'm just getting to this check-in now. I'll probably see it about an hour and a half, 2 hours for the 9-hour check-in, which will probably be my final check-in because I think I'm gonna try to work out today because motivation, guys. But anyway, I will see you guys in the next check-in. All right, guys, so it is 6:45 actually. So I've had this makeup on for 10 hours, so I feel like I got a pretty solid wear test. I used a powder today that made my under eyes look darker. I'm very upset about it. But aside from that, I think overall it lasted pretty well. I did have like a little bit of dry skin fall off. That is so gross sounding. Where of course the foundation didn't stay because it was on the skin that fell off. Gross. Anyway, And I do have like some minor creasing on my upper lip now, but it's really not that bad, especially not compared to that Morphe foundation I tried a couple weeks ago. That was really bad. Yeah, everything else lasted pretty nicely. I mean, for being sheer coverage, like, it did last a long time, which I appreciate. So even if you're going for a natural finish, it'll last, like, I feel like a work day pretty successfully. So I'll keep you posted on if I think this broke me out or anything like that. I haven't had any negative skin reactions to it yet, but sometimes with foundations it takes a couple of days, unfortunately. So I hope not, because I really don't want to break out. Anyway, I hope you guys liked this video and like the idea of having 5 foundation videos in a row. If you do, please give this video a thumbs up, hit the notification bell down below, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already for more content. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!